Farmers like to complain, it's too wet, too dry, too hot, too cold. Reminds me of the doctor who delivered a baby. And as he handed the baby to the mother, he said, this child's going to be a farmer. She said, well, how do you know? He said, it's crying already. So we farmers who have this great community, we appreciate that. Without you, we couldn't, we'd be nowhere. I travel around a lot, and when I speak at conferences, and I tell people that we milk 90 cows and we sell it all organic in a town of 10,000, they just can't believe it. And so it's amazing that we have you here, so we appreciate that. And I'd like to talk a little bit about organic and local in terms of the price. People sometimes say, when is organic food going to get cheap like conventional food? And it always makes me think a little bit, because conventional food, really, when you buy that at the store, in a way you could say it's just your first installment. How many have heard about the nitrate problem up by Des Moines? The nitrate going in, yeah, you've all heard of that. Now that's another installment on that cheap food. The dead zone, the lakes that are polluted, the subsidies that we pay are all installments on that food. So if we can produce food in a way that's ecologically sound and actually improves the environment as we produce the food, then we should expect to pay the full price of producing that food at the point of purchase. Because as a matter of fact, an analysis that's been done in the Midwest shows that on average, if you go across 10, 20 years, conventional agriculture is actually not profitable at all. It barely breaks even, or else it's a little bit of a loss. Some years are high, some are lower. What makes the difference are the subsidies that come in from the federal government and off-farm income. Without that off-farm income and subsidies on the aggregate, conventional agriculture would not even be profitable. And when you think about that too, now just think of that. All this agriculture is not profitable for our communities. And then when you look at, we import 85% of the food we eat in Iowa. So that means 85% of our food money is going out of state, on top of the fact that what we're producing here is not even profitable. It makes you think, can we do better than that? And John has talked about how we, of course, can. I usually have slides when I talk, so I have a little cheat sheet here. One thing I think that we appreciate the people supporting local food, but also that it's unique. It should be unique. And in terms of our dairy, Radiance Dairy, I like to identify about 5 characteristics that are unique from what you can buy on the shelf other milk. One, for example, is that it's organic. Another is it's grass-based, meaning that the milk is higher in omega-3 fatty acids and conjugated linoleic acids and other things like that. In the spring, when the cows go on grass, you can see the milk turn yellow, and so it's a healthier product. Another is it's not homogenized, so we don't do something and that adds value to it. Another is the Jersey cows have a richer milk. Even the skim milk, when you take the fat off, it has more body and flavor, you get more protein and so on. And the other is it's locally produced. Now I'm not trying to sell you our milk, but I'm trying to point out that in order to have something that's of value, it has to be unique. And so we as farmers need to do that. As far as local food though, we could produce all the food that the Iowans eat in one county. We have 99 counties in Iowa. If we just said, we could produce it all, we have 98 counties to go. So there's still going to be a lot of production that's commodity agriculture in the future, but we need to make that a little better as far as water quality. A lot of things, it's a big thing that we need to improve in the future. So I guess I would just conclude by saying we appreciate your support. Thank you.